My first suggestion is to keep track of the fruits and veggies and how many you juice. Why do I say this? Well, I say this because it can get easy to sort of throw apples and oranges and grapes and strawberries, just different things into a juicer, okay? Everybody juices differently. Some people have fruits and veggies, some people just veggies, some people just fruits. I mean, it goes on and on. But think about it this way. How many fruits and veggies would you actually eat in one sitting? Now, maybe it's not such a big deal for vegetables, but it can be for fruits, which tend to have a higher sugar content and thus calories. So think about it this way. If you throw in a couple apples, an orange, some strawberries, etc., and you drink all of that juice, that would be like you sort of kind of eating those foods, getting at least the sugar content from the juice from all those foods as if you ate them all in one sitting. And that could be a lot. It actually could be too much for you. It could spike your blood sugar. It could actually increase your caloric intake. I'm just saying, be thoughtful about how many fruits and veggies and what kinds you use, okay, and how much juice you're drinking, because it can increase your calories if it's filled with lots of sugary, sort of sweet things, okay? Next tip for you is in a juicer. So remember when we juice, it kind of gets rid of all the stuff except for the juice. But if you like make a smoothie in a blender, the blender sort of blend all the stuff, including pulp. But juicers separate out that pulp. And remember, that pulp is where there's a lot of good fiber. I think juicing can be a good part of our diet. But remember, you're pretty much only getting the juice. You're missing out on some good fiber. You're missing out on other nutrients. So the nutrients can be relatively limited when you're just juicing. Some of the ingredients that may be discarded, things like pulp, etc., could be useful for you in other situations. You can actually save that pulp, freeze it, throw it in some smoothies, cook with it, etc. You can sort of reuse, I guess, some of the parts of your fruits or veggies depending on what you got there. So keep that in mind, especially since there's not a lot of, say, fiber in juicing if that's what you're only doing. The next thing is, of course, you got to remember to wash your fruits and veggies well before you juice them, okay? Got to get rid of pesticides and any germs and things like that. That goes the same for when you juice or even if you decide to blend. And the other thing too is after you juice, you're going to need to drink the juice relatively quickly. It can go bad relatively quickly. So you kind of need to think in terms of your juicing to drink for the most part, okay? And then finally, I want you to remember, and this is probably one of the most important tips, that really the best way to get your fruits and veggies is to eat them whole. Why? Because when you eat a fruit or a vegetable whole, you're getting the outside, you're getting the inside, you're getting the fiber, you're getting some protein, you're getting all sorts of nutrients. When we just strip it down to the juice, we're only getting a small amount of these nutrients, okay? So the ideal is for you to eat them whole, but I don't think juicing is a bad idea when used in moderation and when used thoughtfully, and when we remember that some of the juice that we might be making could actually have a lot of sugar and a lot of calories in it. So you just have to be thoughtful when you compare that and incorporate juicing into your overall lifestyle. I have a whole nother video on the potential dangers of juicing. I want you to take a look at that as well. I go more into depth about some of these things, but just remember there's a way to juice in a healthy way. Juicing should not be your sole source of food intake because it's not going to give you everything you need. And remember, as I said before, eating the whole fruit or vegetable really is ideal, but juicing can be a part of your overall diet. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen, practicing family physician, on-air health expert and video creator. Please subscribe to my channel. Please follow me as well on Facebook, on TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, etc. Please subscribe to my weekly health newsletter. It's free. All right. Bye.